Welcome to Brick by Brick. Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? We're going to get right into it today. We got my man J Dan with me. We're live on YouTube. J Dan, what's good, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
Man, just a busy ass week. Like, we've been, like, I don't know, man. Like, anytime I hate when we spring forward, man. It's like, to me, it's the worst day of the year because, I always think time, like, I want more time. Like, if you ask me what I want for a present or a gift, I'm always going to say, like, hey, you got an extra hour or two you can add to my day, I'll be good. But, like, when you take away an hour, it's all bad. So, like, my sleep has been jacked up all week. I just can't wait till we do away with that personally. I don't even know why it even exists, to be honest. I mean, I know why, actually, because agriculture and stuff like that, I get the history behind it, but, like, that ain't the move anymore. I don't know. Anyway. So that's throwing me off, but it's a big week. Tay, we did a podcast actually for the Tacoma School District. That's going to come out. I don't know when it's going to come out, but people will see it. That was really dope. It was on like AI and education. And then Tuesday, swim banquet. That was cool watching him get his letter and stuff like that as a freshman. So that was dope. My other son has 2 interviews today. Like it's going up in the Jones household this week. And then we had 11 listings at Windermere Abode this week too. So like the market, I feel like the spring market is here. Like every time it gets like there's like a lull before and we're just like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, boom, like there's a week and then we're off and running. I feel like this is that week. So yeah, 11 listings. And Peter was out this week. Just happened to be that week. So I've been sitting in that chair and mostly, but like I'll be doing something and then she'll need recut, you know, and then I'll go sit down and I'm cold. So like, it's hard. Yeah. It's just it's been one of those weeks, man, but it's what makes it fun. It's what makes it worth it. Cause it's a lot of work. We earned this one for sure. How about you?
I spent all last week running stuff at the Dome being a host. So
yeah,
hectic last week. So this week was more of a smooth week. JoJo started T-ball. So it's been basically running the business up here, real estate stuff, and then watching JoJo with his baseball stuff.
You said he was smacking them out. You said he's smacking?
Oh yeah, he's the one. In terms of he loved hoop, but he really loves baseball. But that's how I was. Like I was really, really big on baseball growing up. So I was hoping it was like this, and he's cold.
That's what's up, man. Well, I want to get to our guests because they gotta get out. But man, shout out to Jo who was on last week, and that was hella fun and hella dope. Yeah. And hopefully people get a chance to go check that out. So go check that one out. These are up all the whole time. So as people start discovering the podcast, make sure you go check that out. And also, we're powered by Windermere Abode. Windermere Abode is my company. Windermere Real Estate, Windermere Abode in Old Town Tacoma. We got Cryotherapy. We got J-Dam's Dam Cryotherapy and Recovery Center. So, just tap in with us, but at the end of the day, this is Brick by Brick, and we're here to like just put people on the platform and talk hoop, crypto, investing, all that stuff. Man, we ain't even talk. We're gonna have to have a whole nother show to talk about the bear market.
Facts. Yeah.
This little bear market and what's going on, and then LeBron and Stephen A. and all this other stuff going on. And I'm guaranteeing something's gonna happen this week, crazy, because it's championship weekend. And like there's gonna be a hoop game. So yeah, so don't worry about all that, y'all. We're gonna get into that and get some hot takes. But for today, we're gonna focus on these 2 young men who've both spent 4 years in high school together. They spent 3 years hooping together in middle school for club. Both have been first team all league and both have been MVPs of their league. And now both are champions. They can call themselves state champions. And I do got a hot take. They might have had the best run in Washington State history. And I know the Seattle Heads is going to get on my helmet. And I know everybody's going to get on my helmet, Tacoma and Seattle Heads. But let's welcome Jeremiah Harshman and Martin Kaupanger to the show, man. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's up? We doing good. How about y'all?
Yeah, we doing good, man.
Ring me.
Yeah, ring me. Yeah, man. So I know I did a little intro, but tell us a little bit about yourself. Martin, we'll start with you.
My name is Martin Kaupanger. I'm a senior at WRIGHT. You already said that, but I'm into videography and I play basketball. And next year I'll be attending Indiana State.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I noticed that the videography piece is crazy. Like when I ran into you down there, I was like, man, I didn't even know that was you. I was following you and I didn't even know that was you. So that was really dope to see that you tapped into that bag. So is that something you've always liked to do?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I've always liked when I would get a highlight reel of myself. And so I I met some cool people who would be at my games, and they taught me a lot of stuff. And so I just really know like what clips are good to use or when to put a clip in. And so videography is just always something I've kind of liked.
Man, stick with it because like, especially as you're seeing, like a lot of people want that, you know, you got a talent that you can take with you anywhere and it's going to be valuable in any business and anything. Like that's what I do pretty much. I'm a hooper, and then I learned how to just shoot because I wanted to be a part of the game in a different way. So that's super dope, man. I love watching your stuff. Yeah, man. Jeremiah, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Man, I'm Jeremiah. Like I said earlier, I'm a senior at WRIGHT. Some things I like to do in my free time is I fell in love with law. So I'm actually in mock trial. Over the summer, I had an internship with a lawyer. So yeah, that's some of my favorite things to do, learn more about the law. Hopefully later, once the ball stops bouncing for me, I can become a lawyer.
That's what's up.
And I'm still trying to decide where I want to go to college. We're going to see.
Yeah.
We're going to see soon.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Well, thank y'all for coming on, man. Like, it's really dope. Like, we wanted to create this platform so we could just put whoever we wanted on in terms of just Tacoma basketball, national basketball, all of the above. But as we start out, like brick by brick, we're just building this joint up brick by brick. And I like to hear that you guys both have like hobbies and talents outside of basketball, because that's not your identity. You know what I'm saying? You guys just happen to be really, really good at it. But I want to encourage, like, especially young people to dive into other things. You know what I'm saying? Like, because basketball is going to end at some point, and you're going to have to work just like the rest of us. So that's really dope that you guys are tapped in like that. So y'all are fresh off the state championship. This is the first state championship for Annie Wright, right? That's the first one?
Yeah. 1884, first one.
Damn, that's crazy. So tell us about that experience and describe the moment like when you won the state championship. I'll start with you, Maya.
I mean, to be honest, it didn't feel real. Last year, like I said, we lost by a game winner. There was no feeling like that either. So that was gut-wrenching for sure. But this year is just like, it still to this week doesn't feel it. Like I'm still riding the high for sure. Adrenaline's still going. Like every time I step on a basketball court, I just wake up with a new sense of like joy and all that with the feeling of that state championship coming off.
Yeah, that's dope. I didn't realize you guys lost by a game winner or a buzzer beater last year. Who?
We lost to Zilla. A kid missed the shot, got the rebound, put it back up, all in one motion.
Was that the championship last year or the semifinals?
Championship.
Okay.
Damn. Yeah, that's tough. Martin, tell us how you felt, man.
I mean, yeah, like from last year, we lost in that game winner. Like that's something that just breaks your heart. You know, you worked for 6 months super hard to get to this point, and then it's gone in a snap of a finger. And so the whole season, like it was kind of working very hard. You know, we didn't want to end like that again. And so, yeah, it doesn't feel real. Like it took us 4 years just to get this one championship. And so when it finally happened, you know, it felt surreal. Like I still don't feel like we even won yet, but yeah, it's a great feeling for sure.
Yeah, that's dope to see you guys. Like, cause the first time I seen you guys was in middle school when I came to Outdate. I think it was IT's gym, and we did that. You guys had the media day or something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I shot some video, and then I seen you guys at like there's a camp too. Like Abdul came and did a camp, and you guys was in that. You guys were always just around in the club in the AAU scene and stuff, and so. I already knew y'all would be a problem, but like it's really dope to watch you guys stay together though. You know what I'm saying? And then win a title. Like that's fire, man. Like, yeah, there's nothing like that. That's dope.
No, yeah, that's been part of the vision, Bo. But when you guys were first going into Annie Wright, I mean, that when you guys first planned on going there, you guys knew like, nah, we're gonna win state one of these years. Like, you know what I'm saying? You guys already knew that. 'Cause I remember Darnell, Dom, and Howard and them all talking about when you guys were in 8th grade, like, nah, if they come here and stick here, we're getting a ring.
Yeah. Nah, that was I mean, when we first started up and coming here, we thought we was going to win 4. We thought we was going to win all our years. We for sure, we were like, man, 1A, there's no way we should lose. We should just blow everybody out. So we had a rude awakening for sure. I'm glad we got one.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some cold teams though.
For sure. Sure. I think that in the past, when guys were going to 1A or 2A schools, it was like, okay, well, they didn't have a hard non-league schedule. You guys went out and beat Beach. You guys bashed Bremerton, and then went down and handled business at Les Schwab too. So there's nothing anyone to say.
Nah, that for real. Like Dave said earlier, I don't think it's a hot take. I think we for surely had the hardest ride of our senior year. I mean, we had the toughest schedule probably that I can recall in any high school team. And I mean, we came out and showed up every night.
Yeah. I mean, I think people try to downplay 1A. Like, there's NBA guys who don't have a 1A state championship. Like Joe Harris, he doesn't have a ring. Corey Kisper, he might have one, but I don't think he has a ring.
Corey got one.
Oh, he got one? Oh, man. Well, I mean, he's in the NBA. He only got one ring. So people try to downplay 1A, but, like, it's competitive.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
For real.
You guys even, I mean, when you guys first went there, I'm sure other high school coaches felt like, you know, you should have went to their school and you guys went against the grain. You guys got any, like, advice for some of the young, you know, middle school guys that are aspiring to win a state championship or choose a school? Like, what also went in that thought process when you guys went there?
The big thing for me was I always held academics near and dear to my heart. Like, I wanted a school that would really focus on my academics and was really high in that. And I feel like out of all the schools and all the coaches they were telling me, none of them were really talking about like the academic part. They're talking about like what they can do for me athletically. So the thing different about Any Right is when we came here, did our interviews to try to get into the school, all they talked about was academics. Yeah. You guys they didn't even view us as athletes. They just viewed us as students right then at that part. Yeah. So like, I feel like that was just big. And I feel like my advice is find an environment that you can really like grow in and that you can really see yourself being in there for 4 years. So you don't have to leave or transfer like many people do nowadays.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Facts.
Martin, what advice you got for the young hoopers out there? Because we got a lot of young cats, man. I just heard like Joaquin is coming next year. I just heard, you know, Joaquin is cold. Like, you know, I'm hearing all kinds of stuff like Cass is coming through. Like, what advice do you have to these young hoopers, man?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like what Jeremiah said, you know, go where you're going to grow and develop, not just on the basketball court, but as a person. You know, like you want to use basketball to take you places, but you don't want basketball to be your only thing. And so, yeah, that was kind of a huge part in us coming to Any Right. But, yeah, definitely just go where you're wanted and go where you can grow and develop.
That's where a lot of young players want to go now. Like before, I feel like, you know, when you're in middle school, it's like, yeah, one day I'm going to go to Lincoln or Wilson or Foss. And now you hear a lot of young middle schoolers like, yeah, I'm trying to go play at Any Right, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the top players are saying they want to go play there now. So you guys definitely switch the culture and, you know, turn it into a winning environment. People are looking at for hoop now too.
Yeah, that's big time for sure. I mean, the opportunity that this school provides is out of this world. Like nothing comes close to it. Like the internship, the jobs, all that, what you could learn. There's nothing like it. Nothing like it in Tacoma for sure.
For sure. You guys got any like influence or anyone like you pattern your game after or anything like that?
Go ahead, Martin.
For me, I mean, recently I'll probably say like Grayson Allen. I mean, that's probably like I'm not like a player that's like a superstar or anything, but I mean, he's a bouncy guy. You know, he can shoots like 40% from three, and but the thing is, he's making millions of dollars, and so you know, me, I'm kind of the same size as him, kind of same type of player. If I can replicate that success, I can make lots of money playing basketball, but. Yeah, I don't want to replicate though the like the dirty plays he makes and stuff. Definitely don't look up to that or anything. But yeah, he definitely is his game is something I look up to.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and say it too. Like you got the mullet popping off too. Like I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I definitely fit in Indiana.
Maya, you was laughing. Why you laughing at what he's about to say with Grayson Allen?
I mean, because that's all he's talking about. Whenever he gets asked that question, he always says Grayson Allen. So I already knew it was coming. And Grayson Allen's already a controversial player.
Like who you patting your game after, man?
I mean, I'm picking a superstar, of course. I probably got to go with like Dame. Dame's probably my favorite player. I like Dame or Chris Paul. Those are two I definitely try to model my game after. Both made millions in the league. And then how they are off the court too. Dame, he's trying to like stays out the way. He's not very outspoken and things like that. Whereas Chris Paul though, he's like total opposite. He's more outspoken. He was at the head of the NBA Players Association and things like that. So it's definitely between one of those two is who I model my game after.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Well, speaking of that, like, who's the best player that y'all have played against? And I guess, I mean, it could be middle school, but I mean just in this high school phase. It could be high school, it could be club, it could be, you know, AAU or whatever. Who's the best player that you played against? Like, and it can be the dude that's just like, man, I can't do nothing with this cat. You know what I mean? Who's the best player you played against?
For me, I'd probably say I played AJ Bedanza my freshman year in high school. And this is kind of a funny story. So I'm a freshman. This is my first year that I'm on the circuit. Like, it's the first year where I'm playing against all like the top dudes in the country. And so it's 9 a.m. and we're playing this team called Aspirations Elite. And at this point, like, this is my first session. Like, I don't know what I'm really getting into. And so it's 9 a.m. We wake up, we hop on the court, and our team's kind of small. And I was probably the best defender. So everyone's matching up, and I look and I see who I'm guarding. It's this tall, like 6'8", lanky dude. And this is before he really blew up for real. So I didn't even know who he was. And so, yeah, so we ended up losing by like 30. He had like 5 dunks. But yeah, it was definitely a wake up call. You know, I'm definitely glad it happened. You know, it kind of showed me like there's a ton of great players. And yeah, so that's probably the best player I've ever guarded.
Yeah, did he boom on you? He got one on.
He did. I'm not gonna lie, he did. But there was no cameras, so it's all good.
Maya, who you got?
High school, I'm not gonna lie, I probably ain't had one in high school. I feel like I could have won any matchup in high school, but in middle school, I messed with a guy, Jameer Jones. We played him in the 8th grade finale. Martin was on that team. I mean, he was just at that time he was a man amongst boys. Like, we was all, I had no facial hair. I was scrawny, was like 5'6", and he was already like 6'6". He had a mustache, beard, all that, and it was like Martin's story. He came down the lane on me. He missed, luckily. But Martin kind of left me on a fat.
We got the vid.
Oh, yeah, we got the vid?
We got the vid. Don't worry.
See, look.
Don't worry.
He came down on a fast break, and Martin left me to die, and it was a 2-on-1. They threw it up. Left me turn around, and then just got punched on. Darnell never let me live that down.
Hey, there's nothing like, man, I can only count on my hands how many times I've been punched on, but like, I ain't gonna front. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and hack the hell out of you, man. Someone's getting hurt, like, because I'm not trying to get dunked on, bro. I don't know.
For real.
I'm kind of dirty. I was kind of a dirty player, I'll be honest. Like, I'm Draymond Green, basically. Like, that was my game. Damn, J-Damn, you ever been poked on, pause? No diddy?
I haven't. I almost did, like, Hold, though, by Tony Roden. He jumped from outside the lane, though. Like, like it was some fake. Like, Hold goes, he came baseline, and I jumped, but tried to jump out the way. And he reached over and tried to put me on the poster. He missed, but nah, he tried to punch on me. I remember someone tried to punch on me in high school. We went down and played in Summer League, Jefferson in Oregon, and they were like 6 D1 players. I got a block on this play though. Terrence Jones. He played for Kentucky and then went to the league, and I got a block, and I'm never letting that down. I glassed his shit.
That's funny. Yeah, did you guys, so like just switching it up a little bit, did you guys take any like investing classes or any financial literacy classes while you're at any right? And if not, is that something that interests you, or do you have any goals around like finance or investing at all? Because that's what we talk about. The whole goal of this show, honestly, is to talk about like hoopers and people who come into money who may not have had money, but I've seen a lot of stories of people like, you know, not handling their business on the investment side of things. Like, we got the home team or whatever, like in Seattle or whatever, and we for the hoop side of things. But now I want to, you know, figure out how do we have these discussions out in the open for, you know, young athletes who come into money, whether it be you're playing overseas or just you're getting into work or you go pro or whatever. Like, is that something that you guys have had much experience with classroom wise or anything like that?
I mean, for me, the business selective, so that's like it's kind of like an extra class. It's kind of like a mix of a class and a club after school. I had some friends in there. They helped me a lot with my business. So I used to resell shoes, and yeah, so they helped me a lot with that. They showed me how to manage like Facebook ads and stuff, how to promote the brand more, and they helped me set up my Shopify too. So yeah, but it's definitely something that interests me. You know, I kind of wish I would have took business, you know. So there's sometimes at any rate, I don't think I really applied myself as much as I should have, which I definitely regret. But yeah, financial literacy and everything like that, like that's definitely stuff that interests me.
Yeah. That's dope, man. Well, stay tapped in because we're gonna have like guests on that are speaking to that, and we speak to it too. Just getting tapped in with like the markets, like we talk about the markets and what's happening in the macro economy a lot, and just always just trying to talk, just give good game on that front. Maya, how about yourself?
So I was fortunate enough to take the business class. I decided it's a hard class, definitely. Sometimes I wish I didn't take it, but the knowledge you learn though is real. But yeah, so I have a lot. I actually taught a little bit about the foundations of financial literacy to some middle schoolers for the YMCA. So yeah, it's definitely dope. I don't know as much as I should, but I know a little bit. I got intro from coming here, and all my friends, I mean, that's all they talk about. They talk about like their stocks that they own and things like that. So when the conversation comes up, you want to be knowledgeable about it. So it makes you have to do your own research and find out what they're talking about and things like that. So yeah, I have a little basic foundation of it for sure, but I'll definitely want to learn more.
You guys are already ahead though, because a lot of people in high school, this ain't even on their mind. They haven't had any of these conversations yet, and it's not a thought. Because when I was in high school, I didn't have a single business class. I didn't know what a stock was. I didn't know what anything was. So it's things that I had to self-teach myself really after college. And I'm a business major, in business, it was teaching me, how math, law, economics, and employment type stuff, but actually learning financial literacy and those type of things like that you're talking about, you're already ahead of it. Just being aware of it at this age, you're already 10 steps ahead.
Facts. Yeah, like Martin, I see how you're moving. Like you're a little entrepreneur, and that's one thing that I talk about a lot about. Like schools, a lot of times they get you ready for a job. You know what I'm saying, or a career as a job, but in terms, I'm just speaking generally. I'm not talking about Annie Wright, because I got people at Annie Wright anyway. Shout out to she's been on my other podcast. Anyway, I can't think of the name right now off the top of my head. But I see how you're moving, Martin, and like a lot of times schools talk about, jobs and careers and things like that, but not about entrepreneurship, and that's like the foundation of, in my opinion, one of the foundations of American economy, is business and entrepreneurs and people opening up a small business or running their own business. And I see you doing that with the video work, like literally the day after y'all won the title, I seen your story and you were like, hey, tap in, the season's over. Trying to tell like, yo, I can shoot some videos. Like, that's dope, man. I was really happy to see that, man, for real. What's the response been like to all the videos and stuff? Seems like you going crazy on that.
Yeah, I think the main thing is like people are kind of surprised that it's me who films the videos. Like they think it's a different Martin or something. Because I try not to kind of use my brand that I have right now for basketball with my videography. I just want to kind of build it on my own so I can learn how to build like a brand from scratch. It just so happens that like I'm into basketball, and so that could definitely help grow it. But I'd rather learn how to build my own brand and everything if I wanted to start in a different venture or anything. But yeah, the response has definitely been great. I mean, like you've been teaching me a lot. Like I've met so many great people in the videography game that have taught me so much. So yeah, I mean, it's just kind of been great to see a great community that has helped me a lot.
Yeah, the community is dope, man. J-Dam, did you hear the Playboy Cardi joint today? Are you into Playboy Cardi? I know that let's talk about some music real quick. Let's see what the Young Bulls is on.
It just dropped today.
Yeah, what the are the Young Bulls on? Are you guys like, nah, he ain't it no more, or what? Because I'm seeing heads talk about it, I ain't a Playboy Cardi. I'm gonna be straight up. I'm not a Playboy Cardi fan personally, but like, what y'all on? The Young Bucks, what y'all on music wise?
I don't listen to him. He does a lot of weird stuff, some satanic stuff too. I don't know about that.
Yeah, he's weird for sure. Sure. I don't listen to him either.
Oh, okay. I thought the Young Bulls was on him. So what are y'all on? Like, like, let's say you're getting ready for a game, like game day. What you listening to? What's in the earphones?
Baby Tron. That's what I listen to.
Okay.
I'm Nipsey all the way. That's what I listen to.
Yeah.
That's what got the ring right there.
That's weird.
You see, this summer they're dropping the
man.
Yes,
I seen that.
I'm ready for that for sure.
I might relace them up when that drops.
He said
I may relace them up.
I always say Nipsey gets you ready to grind.
I'm telling you,
want to work out after.
I'm telling you.
Nah, for real. Like when we first opened this office, like, I quit my job at Foss as assistant principal, and like that first year, like I just listened to Marathon literally every day. Cause like literally the first words of the album is I'm prolific, so gifted. I'm the type to go and go get it. And like that affirmation for me every day was like, that was meaningful. You know what I'm saying? And that was super dope. I mess with Babytron too though. Like Martin, I know about Babytron. He got a few joints on there. Him and Love Tyler, they got the same kind of like, the same kind of flow a little bit. Them dudes is funny, man. I like them. They're funny. Yeah, about like, so to wrap up, I mean, we're getting ready to get out of here. We have the segment called Put Me On. So it's about like, put us on to music, food, shoes, whatever you're on right now, like something that you just, you know, like it might be a song you just can't stop playing this week, or it might be an ice cream sandwich that you had the other day that's like, yo, I need to put you on to this. So put us on to something. Jay, we'll start with the Young Bulls. Put us on, Martin. What you got?
My most listened to song this week was probably Pro Surfer by Babytron with Rio the Young OG.
Okay. I'm gonna go every time someone puts something on, I'm gonna add it to the playlist. So if you go to if you're an Apple Music person, you can go to our IG and there's a little playlist right there. So I add these joints. So it's Babytron. I'm at it right now. What is it?
Pro Surfer, Babytron featuring Rio the Young OG.
Okay, Pro Surfer. Go ahead.
My song's gonna be Keys to the City by Nipsey. That's what I've been on.
Pro Surfer. I'm gonna find. Oh yeah, Rio the Young OG. Yep, I'm adding it to the brick by brick rotation. Yeah. There it is.
Hit it.
Nipsey. You said Nipsey. Which one?
Keys to the City.
Keys to the City. Oh yeah, that joint's dope. Yep. Oh, the new one, off of Marathon.
Yeah,
the old two. Yep. Off the old one, or
off the Marathon.
The first one, or the Marathon. Yeah.
Yep, the one Marathon.
Yep. All right, J Dan, what you got? Put us on.
Man, he's naming the old Nip. I don't be on new music like that. I stay on the old stuff. I'm on
anything
every day. I probably listen to Loaded Bases twice a day. The last drop, I'm on that every day. So
okay.
I'm on that Victory Lap. Yeah, I keep those in rotation every day. Like if I'm driving, I'm not trying to find new music. I'm going straight to Nip.
Okay,
same right there.
I'm gonna put y'all on like some shoes, because I like LeBrons, and so I feel like I got a pair of 12s on the way. Like I have an older pair of 12s right now. I got some 12s, man. I know young bulls don't be rocking LeBrons because y'all like them low joints.
But I don't wear no bronze.
Yeah, I already know.
Super heavy. If you're a point guard or something, it's not working.
No, of course. Yeah. For a point guard, you can't. But once you get 46, talk to me. Once you get 46, come talk to me. But yeah, I got a pair of Bron 12s on the way, man. Those are fire, man. Those are my first bronzes. I didn't wear them either, and then I wore those, and I was like, man, these are kind of cool. And then I just been wearing bronze ever since. Now I don't no more because they went low. But I don't like the new bronze. I like the 20s. Those are the last ones I like.
The 20s was good. 20s.
Yeah, the 20s are hard. But I don't like the rest of them after that. Yeah. Well, I said we was getting out. What kind of shoes y'all rocking? What are you hooping? Like, what do you enjoy hooping in?
For me, I've been big on Sabrina's. Right now, actually, my favorite shoe is probably like D-Books. The D-Books is cold. Those is hard.
Those grew on
all
me,
the
man.
colorways. Yeah, the D-Books have been. At first,
I thought they looked like SB
weird.
Dunks, kind of low key.
Yeah, that's what I was like. There's no way they're a hoop shoe. Yeah. And then I tried them on.
Yeah, the first colorway.
Are they comfy?
Yeah,
the first color was fire.
Yeah, they're comfy for sure. Comfy, they got good grip, good bite, good all that. They're a little tight, so you might got a size bigger and things like that, but besides that, they're a perfect shoe.
Yeah, that's what's up. Martin, what you hooping in?
Me, I've mainly been in Kobe's. Recently just started getting some real pairs, you know. I used to shop the fashion
on the reps?
Yeah, I used to wear them. I used to sell them too. But yeah, I've pretty much just been wearing Kobe's ever since I really started that business. So
yeah.
That was Martin's first business. That business was booming.
This man had like 5 businesses already.
He's in every market.
Yeah. Hey, we gonna have you want to talk to the young bulls about like business and stuff like that, man. And you guys are impressive young men, man. But yeah, J Dam, you got any last words?
Nah, man, that's it, man. I appreciate y'all coming on, man. Congrats on that state title. You know, we got to get Dom on here now.
Yeah, that's next.
Dom's gonna have y'all dying. What he
I already know.
He's probably a whole bunch of complaining too.
Hey, y'all don't want to do the Dom impression? None of y'all want to do a Dom impression, huh? Y'all don't got who on the team got the Dom impression? I know somebody has it.
Probably nobody. You gotta wait 3 months. 3 months we're all out of school.
Till we graduate. Yeah.
Till we graduate, because we see him. What is at least 3 times a week. So
Yeah. I already know.
He's gonna stop letting us take tests in his office and stuff. Nah, we can't let that. We got to keep that.
Alicia, that's who it was.
Oh yeah, Miss Alicia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Alicia. So she's done a lot of work at WRIGHT to get people in there and to get diversity in there, and she's just really dope person, man. Just really strong pillar in the community. So shout out to Mrs. Matherin, and just super dope. So the name popped up. I had to make sure that I didn't want to like leave without that.
Yeah.
She's a friend. You know what I mean? She's the homie. So.
Miss Alicia special for sure, yeah.
Yeah. So, man, thank y'all for coming on. Like echoing J Dam's sentiment. Like, thank y'all for coming on, man. I think y'all put on for the city. It's been fun to watch y'all grow up and then win a title, and it's gonna be fun to keep up with y'all, like moving forward too. Like, this isn't the end, and that's the crazy and dope part about Tacoma is like you have a hoop community now that is just from here. J Dam is part of that. I'm part of that. Y'all are part of that. But like each generation takes it to the next level, and that's what's dope. And so part of this platform is about that too, is just putting, like we have something special here and y'all are part of that. And you just added to that legend, and it's just super dope, man, to watch you guys grow up. So looking forward to doing the rest and shout out and hope everything goes well for moving forward and you get to college and do your thing and get in your careers. And don't forget about the Brick by Brick podcast, man, because we ain't going nowhere. We're just building brick by brick. So
thank you guys for the invite.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Most def. All right, though. That wraps up today, man. That wraps up Brick by Brick for this time. It's the Annie Wright Brick. We're going to have Coach Dom on here at some point in time, and we have some laughs. That shit's going to be funny. So with that, man, we'll see y'all next week.
Yes,
Peace.
sir. See ya.
Yeah. So,
all right, thank you guys.
Yeah, no doubt.
Brick by